Welcome to Challenge Forex. My name is Steve, and join me today as I go through a setup for people who are having trouble with time to trade. So anyone that's working a full-time job and unable to spend much time in front of a chart, let's have a look at possibly swing trading as an alternative. I'm going to go through the complete setup of how I actually set up my charts and how I actually go through each day to look at. It only takes me about 15 minutes to do this, and depending on your location, if you're in the eastern United States area, we can do this at after work each evening between probably 6 and 8 p.m. But let's have a look first of all at so at the moment we've got live trading going on right now, and you can see here that the profit target I'm going for on this account, this is with funding pips, we're aiming for $800 to actually pass this phase one, and at the moment we have 732 in closed profits. We are looking at only 10 or so pips to go, or $10 to actually reach our target. So on our way, we're almost there, and hopefully we'll get that one soon. But let's move on now to the charts, see what we've got for setting up a swing trade. It looks like we've actually hit our take profit. We've made $811 profit. So we can see here, so we've actually reached our take profit of $800, and that's completed phase one on this one. Having a look at the trades, we can see here our first trade was a loser, and everything after that was a winning trade. Let's get onto the charts now to have a look at setting up for swing trading. The way I do this for swing trading, because you don't get many trades for each pair, what I like to do is set up a special group, which I call swing trading, of course, but I'll show you how I set up first of all. Get all the currency pairs that I'm going to trade. Now, I don't really need gold or Bitcoin, but open each chart as you go, and we want to open the charts first of all either with the indicator setup that we want to use or just with a blank chart. So I've got a couple of templates saved. If we just go for a blank screen and then add our indicators afterwards, that's fine, we can do so. For day trading, for swing trading, I want to use a daily chart, and the indicator I'm going to use is a whole moving average, and the values I like on this one is period of 50 and divisor of 1.5. And have a look at the chart, you can sort of see why. It shows quite clearly the trends, and we're looking at change of direction for entering our new trade. So once we've actually got our template made up, we can save this one. Go into templates, we can go save template. In this case, I'm going to save it as default. And by saving this one as the default, I can then go through each currency symbol on the left and open a new chart, and each one will be actually set up the same way. So we've got a daily chart with the whole moving average. We can add each one, and in the end we'll have something like about 27, 28 pairs lined up across the screen, depending on your broker, but this will pretty much cover all of the main Forex majors and the minors that we can use for this trading setup. So once you've actually done that, go to your down the bottom where your profiles are saved, and you click save as for your profile and give it a name. In this case, I'm calling it Swing Trading HMA, And I already have this one loaded, so let's just bring it up now. And this is basically what your charts will look like once you've actually got all pairs loaded. So I'm still in the process of changing the actual indicators at the moment. So go through each chart, and we can use either default. I've also saved the same one as Hull or HMA. And once you have all of your charts set up, ready to go through and do your daily analysis, this is exactly what I have done in the past. I did do swing trading probably about 3 years ago, and I was doing this for about a year. Because of my work hours, I was getting home late and not spending much time in front of the chart. But now it's a little bit better for me work-wise. I get home from work at about 5 p.m. and I've got time to trade the London session now each day. So I no longer do swing trading, but this is exactly how I was doing it when I was swing trading about 3 or so years ago. Now the results can be really good for this one as well. It's pretty much the same whether you're trading a 1 hour chart, a daily chart, 15-minute chart. It's a similar sort of an idea with results. I've had runs of 4 or 5 winning trades consecutively, and then a couple of losses. I've had losing streaks 3 or 4 in a row, 3 or 4 days in a row of losing streaks. But the best result I've had was 17 winning days straight, 17 trades straight over 17 days, consecutive winners. So using this exact method. So let's go through. I'll show you exactly how I analyze each day. So I'll get the charts up first of all, go along the tabs at the bottom and look for a setup on each one. So we can see here that we've had an uptrend, and then across below we have a change of color. So entry would be once the HMA line has changed color, and that would be on this candle. Moving average, you want to get a little bit above the swing, the recent daily highs. We can go above this high here if we wanted to. So looking at, let's see, 95 pips for the stop loss. And we can see here we have room to the left to actually go down to about, let's say about 400 pips take profit. So I would put on here 95 pips stop loss and set my take profit down here near these recent swing low, a previous swing low. And now just remembering between these two lines is one full trading month. So that's about 20 to 22 days of trading in between these lines. So we've got here entry and around 95 pips or 100 pips if you like, and take profit around 400. So you can leave the take profit as it is, or you can also trail. And if trailing the stop loss, the way I would do that is each day go through and check the charts. So assuming you're in USA Eastern time, say 7 p.m. each night, I will go through for about 15 minutes and look at my existing trades and move the stop losses and just trail the end of each daily candle. So at the close of this day here, we go through and move the stop loss up to the previous low. And the next day, if it goes into profit, that's great. We'll move the stop loss up again to this level. And the next day was actually, the next couple of days were actually losses. So we've got nothing actually came down and stopped us out at this level. So they did continue to go up at this point. So we've got the first, next highest one is probably here, a new stop loss if we wanted to move up to that level, or if we kept it open, we could move up to these levels as well. And it would stop out automatically when the when the trend was over and there's a change of direction again. Alternatively, as I suggested, I was actually doing I think 2R trades. So in this case, I would set my take profit or stop loss of around about 100 pips and go for about 200 pips take profit. And that way you can just set it and forget it and wait for it to hit the target. Maybe when you get to 1R, you could move to break even if you wanted to. That's up to you. So we've got one set up here on the first day. Next one we're going for, I don't see a setup here. Nothing on this one. So we're looking for a change of direction and then a change of color of the HMA. And here we actually have it. We've got down here a downtrend again. We have a close below the HMA, which was on this candle. And then to get a better entry, before this one changed to red, we did actually have a couple of days of green. So at this point, if we were to get in at the end of maybe one of these days or the start of this particular day here, before it went down, we would have got a better entry. The stop loss, about 70 pips. And I would target this area again to the left. So about a 1.5R for that one. So that's 2 entries we have so far. And this one, no, nothing on here. And you can go through quickly and you can see a change in directions quite clearly. So this one I'm going to skip at the moment because we're actually at a previous point which has looks like this one has actually been rejected several times in the past, so I'm just going to skip that one at the moment. And this one here, you can see we've actually had a change of direction and we're just waiting now for our first green candle. So if we get one day of a green candle or a good sized green candle that closes anywhere up here, we'll be looking at an entry. So this may be an entry for tomorrow. Nothing on this one, nothing here. This one looks like we've got a change of direction again. We've crossed above the HMA, but we're just waiting for this to change direction. So we're looking at this sort of a pattern where it sort of like rolls over. So we're looking for this one to roll over now and start to move up. And in that case, we'll be looking for an entry long. So maybe a day or two for that one. This one's going sideways and it's near another resistance level. So I'm going to skip that trade. Nothing here. Okay, this one I would actually take an entry right here on this one because we've actually got a discounted price. So we've got the crossover, the change of direction. So this has just changed to blue, and our entry could have been really on any of these candles here, but because we're still in the same area, we can enter really on any of these candles. The good thing about this one is that yesterday we actually closed with a down arrow or a down candle which is red. This has given us a discount, so if we had have got in the day prior, our stop loss would have been around about just over 100 pips, but because we now have a discounted entry, we can set it for say about 75 pips and aim for either we can go for the recent resistance level here. 75 pips gives us a 2R trade, so we can go for a 2R trade here, so that's a good entry. Now the thing is as well, you need to determine how much risk you want to put on per day. So on these trades I was using a 1% risk on each trade, just to let you know. If you're not sure how to calculate risk, I do have a video, a couple of videos that I've actually done recently that actually help us to calculate the risk as well. So calculating your lot size. Okay, this one doesn't look like an entry. This one could be a possible entry tomorrow. We're looking for this moving average HMA to roll over. So if this changes to green, in the next day or two, that will be an entry. So nothing here. This one again, looking in another day or two, if it closes with a change of color, we will enter. This one we do have a change of color, but we've got about 2 months worth of sideways movement, so I'm going to skip that there. No trading at this stage. Okay, we have a change of color here in the HMA. The better entry was probably around here or at a discounted price. So we are actually a bit late getting into this one, but there is room to the left to actually get an entry, and right now if we wanted to. So we could have a take profit of about 250 pips, and the stop loss, the ideal stop loss is above the recent swing high, which is about 160 pips. So down to here, it's not quite a 2R, but you'll get at least a 1.5R. So risking 1%, you'd still make about 1.5% on that trade. This one here, it's been going sideways for quite a while, but we do have a change in direction. So if you wanted to maybe take a smaller position on this one, perhaps, that's about 130 pip stop loss and about 160 pip take profit. So you get about a 1.5R out of that one, or a bit over 1R anyway. And this one, that's a no trade, and I've got gold as the last one, and I'm going to say at this point no trade. Okay, that's it for the overview of how I set up for swing trading. And we do actually look at taking about a 1% trade on each one and hopefully make 1.5 or 2R per trade. And I do get pretty good results from that as well. As I said before, I have had a winning streak of 17 consecutive trades without a loss. So that does work out. Now looking at the trades again, I do have another trade in progress at the moment. This is with a different prop firm, Holler Prime, and we are heading towards the same target on this one. It's $800 to hit the take profit, and at the moment we have got about 50 pips to go to hit our target, and you can see here that we are almost hitting our take profit level. Just skipping through that a little, see if we can actually get a bit ahead. So looking at this one here, we got up to $300 profit and just about to hit the take profit on that one. So this was another phase one completed this week. So we actually had a couple of phase ones and a phase two challenge that were completed this week. I did decide to record that so that I can show you guys as well while recording this video. It's good to see some positive results. Just to let you know that not all of my prop firm challenges are winners like this as well, and this is just an example of a couple of my winning trades. I will actually show maybe in one of my coming videos a couple of my losing trades as well. So my plan for prop firm challenges is simple. I take 10k challenges because they're more affordable, and I take a whole bunch of them. So I might have 4 or 5 going at the one time. I will lose a couple of those, maybe 2 or 3, but I will also pass 2 or 3. And we can see here we've just hit our take profit and we've reached our target, which was $800. We've got $808 in profit. So we've actually made it, and we can see here that we've actually had a few losing trades and a few winning trades. So this one actually took us a little bit longer to pass, probably about 2 weeks roughly, but we got the result anyway. So that's another phase one. Okay, that's it for today's video. If you like this idea of swing trading, or if you've tried this for yourself, I'd love to hear your comments below. Let me know if you've actually tried this and what your results are, or if you have any tips for anyone else that's wanting to try swing trading. But this, I think, is a great idea for anyone who has trouble with trading times. You can only spend a short time in front of the chart. You can do this in about 15 minutes each day, half an hour max or 30 minutes max, but that's up to you. If you'd like to see more of these videos, hit the like and subscribe button, and watch out for my next video coming soon.